and stuff to deal with the future and stuff. If I'm not mistaken.
So letting go.
Cherry Wade.
Trying to think. Yeah, it was something like that, and kind of like not being afraid to move on, move to like new situations and whatnot.
Yeah. You know, I guess a lot of people, you know, when it come down to stuff like that, they do kind of be very scared. And I think the reason why is because of that change that comes with it, and not knowing
That's what it is. So they have that chat.
and
They're
not
scared of the
knowing,
change.
you know, what comes from it and everything else. You know.
Real talk.
So he does. That was so
My bad. I'm kind of
that now, but if that
eating on this
was
calamari I got from
you want
earlier,
you
but
stick to what you know. See the trap you
I feel you guys, because I'm over here pretty much munching on some lettuce right now.
but yeah, just echoing off what you said. A lot of people find themselves in different situations in their life, and instead of just taking a risk, taking a gamble, and doing something different, you know what I'm saying? It's that spirit of familiarity that people get so used to and attached to. So you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it is hard for people to start something new or move on to a new chapter.
Yeah, that be the main cause to a lot of issues and problems and stuff like that. But people got to go ahead and just face their fears, because I mean, at the end of the day, regardless of how people might view life and everything else, it's like there's certain situations that happen to you for a reason. So it's like, you know, you could be down on your luck and everything else. Like, so like if you homeless or something like that, and you got this one person that passed by you every day and asks you how you doing. And then one day this just come out of the blue and just be like, hey, can I help you in any kind of way? That shit was meant to happen, gang. Because they already played a factor in your life where you had to acknowledge them. And because they acknowledged you and viewed you as their equal, even though you were below them in a situation, they tried to pull you up. So when the question is asked, like, can I help you and everything else, or is there anything I can do for you? That's your opportunity to take it, because it was meant for you to got, you know, to take that and run with it and everything else.
Yeah. Real
But
talk,
the
though.
yeah, but the majority of the time, the thing that be stopping people is because of that factor of not knowing what could happen next. And because they're in a messed up situation or a bad situation, they feel like that, you know, oh, it could probably get worse from here, when really it's meant to help you leave from there and have better.
And I remember how we even got to the topic. We was talking about because we live in North Carolina, but how North Carolina is really a retirement state. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy how
right.
it be people of the younger generation afraid to move from North Carolina or experience something different than North Carolina.
Yeah, and that's facts. I mean, North Carolina in itself is a retirement state. And you have so many people here that's young, youthful, part of the new generation and everything else, that kind of get that mindset in their mind that, you know, oh, this is all that there is to life, and this is all I'm, you know, able to do. But when shit, but the actions show otherwise, because it's like they they crave for that drive, they crave for that, you know, new feeling, they crave that adventure and everything else. But for some reason, being that this is a retired state, the mindset of already feeling like you accomplished something or there's nothing left for you to do is instilled into them at an early age.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy because that's not life at all. I mean, me being a person from North Carolina, I can fully grip the concept of feeling like there's nothing left to do, there's nothing out there for me and everything else, because, you know, of the environment that I grew up in. But the moment that I realized and had an opportunity to change that, I took it. And honestly, I can't, I can't thank, God enough or whatever you want to call the big man upstairs or woman upstairs and stuff like that because they showed me that there's so much out there more than just the quiet life of North Carolina and the city of New Bern that you can do anything that you put your mind to and anything can be yours if you have the right knowledge and the right concept of how life really works outside of North Carolina.
Real rock.
Yeah, I think God. I ain't gonna lie. I think I be thinking the fact that I had the experiences that I'd had while in North Carolina because it would have never pushed me to go expand and go out there and see the world for what it really was. Because my whole as the average person growing up, the first thing that you hear as a kid is like, oh, you gotta get you a job, you got to do this, you got to do that, da 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 da, stuff like that. But no one ever speaks on the concept of the or grasping at the things that lead up to you having a job, like you filling out a job application, you knowing your social security number, you knowing, if you're a felon or not, and other factors that might factor in that a lot of adults or people that's in North Carolina don't really tell the youth, and they never tell you exactly what to say or what to do at an interview or to show that you have ambition that you should go there early or whatever the case may be. You know, like a lot of things, like as far as like people can't say certain things to you in the interview, or they can't carry you a type of way to the point, to the
Yeah.
point to where you don't get the job, and then you just basically out there, you ain't got nothing to do because a lot of people that I know from from the past and stuff like that had probably tried to work at McDonald's or work at another store, and they got turned away because of their ethnicity or something of that nature or something like that. And then what ends up happening is they just take it and they just run with it and just call it, just do whatever it is that's to do, when in actuality you can't do things like that. They can't deny you because of your ethnicity or your religion or your race and stuff like that, and you have the right to sit here and you know be treated as a human being and pretty much plead your case or whatever case may be. Like a lot of people didn't know that back then when I was growing up.
Not real talk. Yeah, I mean, like you said, they won't give you all that information. They pretty much give you the basis, which is, get you a job so you can make some money.
That's it. And then another thing that they kind of like they beat into our heads is he get you a job. Well, for us males, they beat it in our heads that, oh, you got to get you a job, and then once you get a girl, you got to take care of that girl. Never in those scenarios do they ever speak on if that girl is worthy or that girl deserves you taking care of her or doing this, that, and the third. Like, because at the end of the day, they feel like, well, I guess they beat into our heads is that if that's your girl, then that's you have to take care of her. But the thing is that they fail to realize is that your girls is also supposed to take care of you. They don't tell us stuff like that, and they end up putting a lot of men that was a part of my generation in messed up situations where they'll end up giving somebody the world that truly do not deserve it, and they feel like just because they have that title of, oh, that's my woman or that's my wife or that's my girl, that they deserve the things that they do for them, when in actuality they didn't really do anything but have sex with them and pretty much call them every day. They never really showed dedication or showed the work that they deserve to have those titles and everything else.
Real talk. Real talk, my brother. I remember me myself. I was told, saying get a job, and once you get the job, saying show them people you a good worker and blase blase. But the thing with that is, a lot of these corporations, when you show them you willing just to work hard as hell, they will take that and run with it. They will, literally use that against you. They will break you down because you're a hard worker.
Mm-hmm. And that's hard facts because they see that, and the crazy thing is the people of our generation they never realize that we the ones that keep the gears turning. Them people up there that's up there in them corporate buildings and all the other type stuff and everything else. Those ain't those ain't the people that make the company keep going, honestly. Because without the people working for them, who are they when you really think about it? When you look at these corporations and everything else, they're nothing but people that literally just made a living off of basically giving someone a chance and then benefiting off of them and their potential and their hard work that they do.
Right.
So, but the moment that you take that away from them, they can't run those multi-million-dollar companies on the ground levels. They can't deliver all that stuff all at once. They can't, you know, be in them factories doing all the work that it need about 17 or to 100 people to do. They can't do that. And it's people and like I said, people, the adults that raised my generation didn't realize their value and everything else. Because now you have people that's trying to degrade people, show people that they're worthless, and show people that, oh, you really need us, when it's really the other way around.
Right. A lot of the jobs now, cause you spoke of McDonald's. Even some like McDonald's, I think what they pay maybe like starting off at 12 an hour.
Hmm.
But then if you
Yeah.
actually go there, you see that they're understaffed. So it's like, yeah, they started paying a little bit more, but they're understaffed. So you're still being worked.
Hmm. And that just goes to show that it's basically a company that just really wants money because they don't send resources, they don't send the proper people to hire people, and majority of the time they have messed up people in certain positions. I know now. I don't know if anybody might be watching this and everything else. I'm just gonna speak my mind and speak the facts. I know for a fact, Red Robin, the McDonald's on Red Robin in New Bern, North Carolina, literally does some foul things to their workers, and they really just belittle them and pretty much do whatever they want with them. I know that for a fact. I'm not gonna say how I know that as a fact because it is what it is, but I know that for a fact that they have hard, dedicating workers that get sexually harassed, belittled, beaten down about their work ethic, even though they're hard workers, and literally just talk to any kind of way like they're a dog. And legally, I know that's not right. I feel like those people in there don't know that because of the people that raised them. That's part of the past generation. That's part of my generation and everything else. Because there is no humanly way possible that any human being should put up or be disrespected or sexually harassed the way that some of these people do at McDonald's on Red Robin should be treated and everything else. There's no humanly way possible. And then the crazy thing is, these people that be in these positions at McDonald's literally get away with it. They don't get punished. They don't get corrected, and they don't get replaced because not only do the people get threatened to not say anything, they literally end up basically either getting suspended or not being able to come into work today or a couple of days or whatever to mess up their money flow when it comes to them working. So, as anybody that would be put into a position to where they get punished for something that they didn't do, the first thing they try to do or they rationalize is, okay, if I do this again, this will happen again, so I can't do that. That's basically that's basically trauma baiting because you created a situation that caused such a great problem that it causes trauma. And in that process, by you doing that, you're basically causing that person not to repeat that same process again. Meaning that you can do whatever you want to them and they'll never say anything or come forward because of the fact that what you did the first time that messed them up, that they couldn't really speak about the first time.
Right. Abusing your position of power.
Exactly. Like I know that for a fact that people at McDonald's on Red Robin Lane in New Bern, North Carolina, are being physically, mentally, and physically, mentally, and spiritually abused to the point to where they basically become slaves. And
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna front. I'm gonna say probably the same people at the other McDonald's in New Bern by the hospital. I'm gonna say the same thing for them because these are hard, dedicating workers. Matter of fact, all the McDonald's in New Bern, North Carolina, are hard working, dedicated workers, and they're and they get overlooked and abused physically, mentally, and spiritually because of management and the people that are in the positions that they're in. And it's not right. And I feel like that, somebody should do something. But those people in general at all three of those McDonald's in New Bern constantly are basically put into a position of fear to where they don't want to speak out. And they just feel like what's going on is absolutely normal and everything else.
Nah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, maybe one day somebody might see this and probably try to help those people at those McDonald's. But truth be told, a lot of those people are good people, hard workers, and they are very dedicated. And their dedication, hard work, and everything else underneath the rainbow truly gets overlooked and pretty much abused.
Yeah, that's fucked up. That's you pretty much named slavery at McDonald's.
Yeah, it's littered in New Bern, North Carolina. At all three McDonald's that is in New Bern, each one of those individuals are basically being slaved and mistreated less than human beings while they are performing their duties and jobs serving people food. And I know that for a fact. Like I said, it's not right to treat people less than human, and it's not right to take basically abuse the legs that keep your company going. Because without those people, you would not be moving,
Right.
regardless of how you feel, or regardless of how much of a corporate industry that you have. Without the people, you truly can't make no moves or do anything.
Right. The people are the ones that pretty much run the business. So,
Exactly.
and I've seen
But
it myself, for real, for real. I've done the restaurant business myself, bro. I've seen where I guess you could say the CEO, the store owner, say him and his family were involved. Not greatly at first, but after a while, certain members of his family, let's say, for example, his daughter got married, right?
yeah,
So they take our general manager, who's been our general manager at our store for years, they take him and they move him to another store, and they bring in the daughter's husband to be the new general manager of the store that I was working at, right?
yeah,
Okay, so I remember the guy taking the time to kind of talk to me. One of the first questions I asked was how long has he been working, saying for the company, just to see how much experience he had. And he said it was somewhere between like 6 months and a year.
hmm
So I'm like, damn, that's crazy because shit, I got like 3 years of experience. You got one, or maybe 6 months to a year of experience. But what I'm saying, they already making you GM, giving you this position of power. And I could tell you're still green behind the ears. You really don't know what's going on because you're having to ask me certain questions. How to do this, how to do that. You should know how to do it. Right? I've seen this with my own eyes. I've seen just family members come in and everything that we have established and the flow of work that we have, the good chemistry that we have, the type of family environment that you would want to work with just went to hell, you know what I'm saying? And these people coming in and they're experimenting with food and trying to sell the experiments. to hardworking customers that's spending their hard-earned money. You know what I'm saying? You selling them experimental food. I've seen this, bro. The people with positions of power will pretty much take advantage of it.
Yeah, that's very much true. A lot of people literally take advantage of you and everything else, and it's just, and to me, I feel like it's just wrong, honestly.
And I want to be for real, for real. Long story short, I left that particular restaurant, started working somewhere else, but it didn't get back to normal until um the marriage didn't work out, and so the husband ended up, I guess, getting a divorce with the store owner's daughter, and they got him up out of there, and then brought back the original GM. And once he came back, it was like, okay, everything was back to normal.
Facts. And I can dig it because, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, like I said, uh, corporations literally just be doing the most, and it's like they be putting people in a position of power that don't even have experience, like you said, and they'll literally come in there and just start messing up everything and making profit drop and everything else, and it's just like, bro, like sometimes you have to take the people that really work for something and give them that position because that's what they're there for. The same thing, apply to the to a female. You shouldn't give no female, or this applies to males and females. You should never give somebody the world that has not worked for it or show you that they deserve the world from you.
No, real talk.
Because all that's going to happen in the end is basically you be getting hurt or you getting fired and your work, or someone basically taking advantage of whatever it is that you have going and everything else. That's it.
No, real talk. I was talking to a family member of mine earlier today. Well, it was nighttime, but I'm talking to her. She telling me, I think I'm not sure really what his title is, but I know he was her boyfriend / baby daddy, and
Hmm.
unfortunately they lost that baby. You know what I'm saying? But I know he was doing like some prison time, but I'm assuming he's home now or he's either about to get out. So she was like kind of real excited about that, trying to tell me about the plans and stuff that they had. And I had to tell her, like, yo, let me burst your bubble real quick, because I can recall before you even got involved with this individual, you was a totally different person. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the bad habits that you have, you didn't develop those habits until you started involving yourself with this individual. And that's just what I see with my own eyes, you know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to let you know you would be a way better person if you had never involved yourself with this individual. And it's probably in your best interest to stay away from this individual and stop trying to live out a fantasy of trying to have something with an individual who has already torn you down and completely changed you as a person.
And you know what? I can fully agree with that because realistically, another thing that a lot of men and women do when they're in bad situations is the fact that they keep forgiving people and going back to people because they're still stuck on who that person used to be when they first got with that person, when it was a good time. Basically, being in love with the memories of that person. But they have to come to terms that that person is no longer the person that they claim to be. And the moment that you realize that is the moment that you can truly either leave that person alone or fully detach yourself from that person. I mean, with either or, it's going to happen regardless. But the moment that they come to terms with that is the moment that they finally can truly learn their lesson with dealing with that person and pretty much move forward in life.
And yeah, like you said, that's male or female. You know what I'm saying?
Male or female. The moment that you realize that you are not in love with the person that mistreated you and did you wrong, and it's just the memories that you're still in love with, that's the moment that you will realize that you have to do what's best for you and move forward with your head held high.
Real talk. Stop trying to hold on to that what's it called, the extra baggage, that heavy
hmm
weight that keep holding you down.
Exactly. Because at the end, because honestly, I feel like that if anyone should have the weight on their shoulders and everything else, a person is supposed to help uplift you and motivate you and even take some of that weight off of you.
Right.
If a person is just willingly standing there and watching you suffer and struggle and everything else, that is not the person for you. Because even as a leader, no, even as a king, a king's queen is his better half. She is his advisor. She is his voice of reasoning when he can't see things clear with his, either his rage or his emotion, or his rage or his uncontrollable emotion. She is supposed to be the one to, make him see reason and everything else to bring him back from that dark place.
Right.
And honestly, like I said, you have a lot of people out here that be giving the title of queen to princesses, because princesses are the only ones that feel like they deserve everything and without no work. Princesses are the only ones that feel like, oh, if you can't do this, then you are not truly a king. And princesses are the only ones that want to use you for the materials that you have, or or the benefits of what you have, and not give anything back for it but what's between their legs. And even then, you are still not valued. A queen is someone that walks with you on equal terms and equal footing and literally excels with you. A queen is never supposed to walk behind you or in front of you. They walk beside you, holding your hand as you transition and you walk forward to try to conquer whatever kingdom that you set your eyes upon.
Yo, real talk. I like how you put that, bro. Because not too many people even gonna realize that or think of it that way. But nah, real talk.
hmm There's real talk. A real queen will literally be in the battlefield with her king. You can slay about 100 men. If that 101 men come up behind you and trying to get you, that queen is supposed to be there to take out that soldier that think he can take you down. A real queen knows battle, just like her king. A princess is the only type of person who truly doesn't want to see battle or pretty much involve herself in battle. A princess can be taken and put into a castle and made a slave. A queen, she gonna go down fighting, no matter no matter what. Anything less than that is just a trophy. Anything less than a queen is a trophy. That's why they say for better or for worse, because of the simple fact that, yeah, in the kingdom, there are gonna be good days where our crops are plentiful and we gonna have water, we gonna have riches and everything else. But the worst is goddamn when we might get invaded and we might have to take a couple lives. But as long as we together as king and queen, we gonna rise above it and we gonna destroy our enemies. That is the true meaning of having a queen. And that is the true meaning of being a king. Anything less than that is just a trophy, and anyone can get those. Not everyone can have a queen. Bars.
Bars, nigga. Real talk. That's yeah.
hmm
Cause now you got me thinking, I'm a berserk type of nigga. I watch berserk from time to time, but I
hmm
distinctively remember the King of Midland. Yes, he had a queen, and it wasn't necessarily the princess's mother. He had remarried, But he admitted that he was too old to still partake on the battlefield, so he would recruit, different armies and mercenaries for that. But his queen, nonetheless, even though she wasn't exactly on the battlefield, she still was partaking in battle. Saying throughout,
Strategy.
strategically through politics and shit. Saying taking different people out who she felt was a threat to her king.
Mm-hmm. And the crazy thing is, that's how it's supposed to be. Once you get to a position to where you can no longer be in the battlefield, you and your queen are supposed to take up strategies and make up certain moves so you can go ahead and take down certain competition. But when y'all young and can still battle, you're supposed to be like Guts and Casca in that battlefield.
Right.
If you ain't a Casca, I don't want you. Because when I swing this Dragon Slayer, you better come in with that rapier. That's all I know. And then when we get old, then we can, basically break out the chessboard and do strategy. But as far as everything else, anything beneath that, I don't want it. Because I'd be damned if I sit here and be in the field and this person supposed to be my teammate and they ain't got my back.
So,
that's where
cut that nigga head off for me.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, if I slay 100 people and there's one person left and he about to get me from behind without me paying attention, you better be right there with sword on neck on that boy. You care what you say.
Real talk. That's some real game right there, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't even heard that one on YouTube before. Real shit. So yeah.
See, they be out here playing and stuff like that, wiping up all these princesses and stuff like that ain't did nothing but look pretty. That's it. They ain't even showed you that they was loyal. They didn't show you nothing. They didn't do anything. They didn't even work for it. You just feel like I should give them this title because they look pretty. Or I should give them this title because, I'm having sex with them. Nah, when it comes down to stuff like that, you got that. The people have to show you that they're loyal and they're worth jumping into that battlefield with. And to be 100% honest with you, that's why a lot of these dudes be having these messed up girlfriends or these messed up situations, because these be the same dudes that'll end up befriending a op and everything else underneath the rainbow. A person that knows his value and knows what loyalty look like, he ain't gonna never be introduced to a person that's gonna backdoor him or goddamn show disloyalty. He always gonna keep in the back of his mind, I have to watch this person. Like, know what I mean? A real person ain't gonna sit here and goddamn deal with nobody or deal, like, matter of fact, prime example. I mean, you got about 5 brothers. Out of those 5 brothers, it used to be 7. But 2 of them people was always kind of pretty much the outcast, and they showed that. And what the brothers do, the brothers ended up pretty much, separating themselves from those 2 outcasts. And in the process, they ended up flourishing.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, the real people gonna show you who they really are by their actions and and how much they can be there for you. It's really the other motherfuckers, prime example, the other 2 that's just gonna sit there and try to benefit off of it, or be jealous of what you got, or try to destroy what you got, or try to take what you got, or feel like, if that, anything, all the other fuck type shit niggas be doing and shit like that. Those are the type of people that you have to watch out for. And those are the type of people that the ones that destroy a kingdom before a kingdom can even be built.
Right. Real talk, because we have to be able to hold each other accountable for our actions and our decisions. We have to be able to take constructive criticism so that we can grow as men. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can flourish, be on the same page. But like you said, sometimes through process of elimination, you got to get rid of that extra baggage and that negative energy, bro.
Because if you don't, you'll basically lead to your kingdom being destroyed, even if it's by your soldiers or your captain, or either by your queen. Never put people in position that never showed you or haven't worked for it, because you can genuinely tell if a person fucks with you or not by their actions and not their words. Anybody can tell you, "Oh, I fuck with you this, I do this, and I do that," but it's really their actions what really prove otherwise.
Right.
Like prime example, I ain't gonna go into much about it. Somebody said, "Yeah, I fuck with you, you this and you that," but look what they ended up doing. They ended up stealing from somebody and pretty much lying to that person and playing on that person's intelligence. How the hell you gonna sit here and say that you fuck with me, but your actions say otherwise? You
Right.
trying to run game on me like I'm a sucker. And shit, I don't know where these niggas come from, but I'm gonna be 100 with you. Anytime you do some shit like that to somebody, that automatically shows right there that you don't fuck with that person. And
Right.
if push come to shove, instead of you fighting with that nigga, you'll abandon that nigga. If niggas be like, "Yeah, we about to air this nigga out," you'll probably be the nigga to be like, "Hey, you know what? I'm about to leave." Da, 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 da. You won't even tell your homeboy some shit about to happen to
Mhm.
him.
Like
The
you
definition,
don't bite the hand that feeds you.
exactly. Serpents in the garden always slither through the grass when it's greener, never when it's dead.
Don't bite the hand that feeds you, dog.
Hmm.
And it would be different, if ego was set aside, there was some type of apology, and then actions put behind an apology to show, like, okay, saying this is genuine, this is sincere. But it's another thing to react in a nonchalant way and not take accountability for your actions. That right there, just at a point of life that I'm at, and I know in a point of life that you at, we just can't accept things like that.
Nah, we truly can't, because it shows disloyalty. I mean, any person that can literally look at you in your eyeballs and literally you can tell them what they did was wrong and disrespectful to you and your character, and they can just take that and just act so nonchalant, then that right there shows that that person never truly respected you or your character or what you stood for in your friendship. And honestly, I can't, and like you said, I mean, us as adults, I mean, what is a intelligent, emotionally intelligent adult supposed to do in a situation like that? But besides, remove themselves from the situation and not associate with themselves with somebody like that.
Right.
There's nothing else they can do but that, because anything other than that would be nothing but pointless, because the person would literally just repeat the same process or do the same thing again to you, but
Right.
probably worse.
If given
And
a chance, you sir, yes.
exactly. And as a person of emotionally intelligence, why would you want to repeat the same process or the same thing that basically, you know, that basically disrespected you again? Like no one wants that. I mean, I don't like being disrespected, and I'm pretty sure anybody that's over here listening to this podcast wouldn't want to be disrespected. So why would we put ourselves in a position to be disrespected again from somebody we thought that was cool, or somebody that we thought that was really, there for a friendship?
And like I said, male or female, it really doesn't matter. You
Hmm.
really have to have respect for yourself and have love for yourself to even have those type of standards.
Exactly. The moment that you get that, no one can come into your circle and destroy it or disrupt it with disrespect and everything else, because you already know your value. And even if it do happens to happen where someone truly does get into your circle, it wouldn't be nothing for you to remove them. It wouldn't be any attachment. It wouldn't be no struggle. It wouldn't be no debate. You would instantly remove them and disassociate yourself from them because of what type of characteristics and type of person that they display towards you.
No, real talk. Like you said, if you let them get away with it once, they'll try
They'll
to
do it again.
twice, and even a third time if you that naive to
Hmm Shit, even a thief will rob a bank multiple times if they know if they got away with it the first time. Well, a bank robber anyway, yeah, because it's an easy lick. Well, it's an easy score. So it's like, why wouldn't they go back and hit that same bank over and over and over and over again if they got away with it not one time, not two times, but three times,
right.
four times the charm? But yeah, I mean that's my views on the whole thing and everything else. I don't really, I'm not really truly disappointed because of certain aspects that came from after certain things and everything else. And the one thing that I can say that kind of bothered me, but it didn't, is the fact that you can't truly do things to others and then victimize the situation as if you're the victim when you are the cause of the problem all the way through.
Right.
Like, you can't do that. And then to sit here and try to belittle people or damage their character just to get the sympathy of strangers so you can prey upon them says a whole lot about you. And
Right.
honestly, it really truly does make you look like a monster, really.
No, real talk. And it really does make you look crazy.
Hmm
You can't be the root of the problem, but then at the same time want to play the role of a victim. Because yes,
Exactly.
that makes you look absolutely crazy.
And I mean, and I'm not even gonna lie, you do have some people that might not pay that any mind, or people that might, you know, not consider it, something that, that might be of that person. But at the end of the day, you can't just take one side of a story. You have to take multiple sides of a story. You can't just take one because what ends up happening is you get misinformation, and then sometimes you're made to be played out to be the fool in some instances because you have people that literally sit there and try to portray themselves as something, and whole time they're the ones that's the bad guys.
And especially, if you call the same way we call each other, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? If I give you that type of respect and you say, bro, you shouldn't do this right here because it's only going to lead to point A and you ain't trying to be in point A, you trying to be a point B ass nigga, but I still don't listen to you, right? That's my
Yeah,
fault. You went like, why am I calling you bro, but then I can't listen to you knowing that you're trying to tell me something that's good.
exactly. And that's another thing that I have an issue with because it's like if I give you advice or if I tell you, hey, don't do this because it's going to lead down this road, and you don't listen to me and you still do it, then how can I really truly call you bro if you don't even respect what I'm telling you as a man to man, and I'm trying to help you prevent from happening? Like, nah, that right there shows that you truly don't care what I have to say, and you really don't see me as an equal because you don't take anything that I say serious or even intelligently because you feel like that I'm inferior to you. And it's like, why would you ever feel that way towards somebody or treat somebody that way that you consider a bro?
But yeah, that's like you saying, bro. Don't climb on top of that bridge and jump off. You jump off
Hmm.
that bridge, you know it's gonna be cold in that water, and sharks in that water, and this giant squid in that water. You know, I just want to see you be all right. But I say, nah, you know what? I could swim.
Hmm. And then you turn around and just start telling people, yeah, I didn't know it was going to happen to this. No one stopped me this and no one stopped. And it's like, how can you say some shit like that when you had several warnings and they told you not to do it? How can you sit there as a person and just be like, take that and then try to use it as a victim mentality, like the world has wronged you or you've been did wrong when it was really you, when people told you, hey, don't do that, and then you did it anyway.
Right.
I mean, I understand some people might have to learn the hard way, but if someone tells you an easy way, and if they tell you, oh, if you go down this road, it's gonna be hard, why the fuck would you still try to do the hard way after they done told you what was up? That's
Right.
stupid.
If you really supposed to be my man's in 100 grand, yeah, I'm supposed to value your opinion and reflect on that. Be like, he wouldn't tell me this if it wasn't something good.
Hmm. To be 100% honest, I wouldn't even be telling you this if it wasn't even meant for you to hear. I mean, if we really want to get deeper into it, the universe literally puts people in your lives as basically, voices to help guide you through the right path. I mean, the fact that I would even consider you my homie or my man's or whatever the case may be is, or one of my bros, that's just the universe that brought us together through situations. So when you need a voice of reason, and for some odd reason, I only hear 2 minutes of what you going through and everything else, and I can give you exactly everything that you need to hear and use, then how can like now I mean, like how can you sit there and just deny that? That's the universe talking. I mean, everything happened for a reason, and people play a certain position in your life. Like, how can you deny that reality that the people that you are friends with are the people that the universe wants you to be with and take advice from so you can be a better person?
No, real talk.
Because like I said, like it's very crazy how I can tell somebody 2 minutes of a short story that of what I'm going through, and they can give me the exact answers that I need to proceed or to grow as a person. That's crazy. This, like, you know what I mean? Like this person just automatically just says something so casually and don't skip a beat, and then boom, it's the exact thing that I needed to hear and what I needed to know. So it's like, how can you not question that?
Some people don't know how to listen though, bro.
Nope.
Some people don't. You're absolutely right though. The universe will give you several different signals, but it's really up to you to listen.
Exactly. My thoughts exactly.
Real talk. I mean, you could be dealing a male or female. You know what I'm saying? You have somebody try to come into your circle. You know what I'm saying? Try to be a new friend to you. You might be questioning the person's attentions or loyalty, or what I'm saying, could be a female trying to what I'm saying, involve herself with you. But if you just take out time and ask the universe to show you certain signs and signals that this person is for you, it will tell you. But it's up to you to recognize those red flags.
Mhm.
So
That's
yeah,
exactly
simply
what it
put,
is.
a lot of people really do ignore red flags, and then
Yeah.
for whatever reason, they act as if they don't know or they didn't see that, they didn't realize it, but it's really in your face the whole time.
Hmm. Every time. Damn, we got really deep today.
Hey man, it be like that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Just freestyling, you know what I'm saying? People gonna hear this back. But yeah, we just freestyling.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see, we got deep.
Yep. Got real deep.
And for all my wrestling fans out there, y'all know it's the eve of damn WrestleMania. So, you know, later on today, if y'all don't see me on YouTube or whatnot, I'm watching WrestleMania, baby.
Yeah. I'm gonna probably just be I don't know. I think I might end up sleeping for like 24 hours.
What's it? 24 hours. Whoa.
Mm-hmm. Because right now I'm feeling good. I mean, I kind of feel like I'm about to fall asleep low key, even though I'm standing up. But you know, I'm fighting through it though.
All right. You know what I'm saying? We could end the pod. We were just, you know what I'm saying, cause we ain't done one in a while anyway. So we were just giving the people something to listen to, some good content. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I feel like what we have said is enough jewels anyway, you know what I'm saying? If you can't listen to this and actually get some game from what we just said, then you just a sucker.
Mm-hmm. It truly is. If you can't listen to this podcast, this one exactly right here, and gain something from it, then you are truly a person that is truly lost, and you really do need to do some work for yourself.
But yeah, YouTube, everybody out there in YouTube land, make believe land, and all the other hoods here and there, far and wide. Y'all be blessed, you know what I'm saying? We about to be out this bitch. Let Big Brody go ahead and do what he do. I know me, I'm gonna smoke me a joint and pregame for WrestleMania, baby. It's WrestleMania season, baby. Today is the day.
Yeah, I'm
And
just about to sit here.
hopefully we get y'all another one before the eclipse happen. But what are you saying, bro?
Yeah, true that. We got to do one before the eclipse. I mean, if you want to, we could probably do one tomorrow or Sunday if you want. But you know, it's
Well, tomorrow WrestleMania, so
oh yeah,
damn,
yeah,
Sunday WrestleMania too. Maybe
yeah.
damn Monday is Monday Night Raw. So maybe Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday. So yeah, it'll be pretty much after the eclipse. So you know, like, hey, I'm letting everybody know if you get superpowers, if we get superpowers and shit like that, we might not be we might be out there saving the world or some shit. But y'all be easy. You know, YouTube, you know, hey, listen to this. This is a real banger. You know, some wisdom being said, you know, and everything else. You know, we're gonna catch y'all Tuesday, you feel me? So hey,
Everybody out there be blessed, man. We out.
yeah, be blessed.